Hey, folks, another big night in my hometown. Tonight, Game 3 of the series in Philadelphia, live in-game betting with the betPARX Sportsbook app from anywhere in Pennsylvania or New Jersey. Perfect time to get in on the action, whether you're at home, at your favorite sports bar, maybe you're at the ballpark tonight. This surprises me. Houston is in Philly tonight as a heavy road favorite, which means Philadelphia is a home underdog in the series. A $25 wager on Philadelphia pays $28.50 if they win the game. I think I'm down for that. That doesn't sound right. It's all in my pocket, meaning on my phone. It's the only casino and sportsbook app that I recommend. Download the betPARX app right now. Got to be 21 and in Pennsylvania or New Jersey. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Time now for the headlines from Smerconish.com, the newsletter. I was on TC, as you well know, CNN's New Day earlier this morning, and it occurs to me, and I wish I had said something on the air, that's the final time that I will be on with John Berman and Brianna Keeler, because today was their final day.
The baton is passing.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
That's amazing to me.
New morning show tomorrow, and then John and Brianna move on, as I understand their new assignment, because Jake Tapper is no longer doing, the 4 p.m. gig.
So he's Jake
at
Tapper
9.
has moved to 9.
Right.
So the 4 p.m. is open, but I don't know if it's both of them. The verbiage was something like, will each host. So maybe they're going to rotate. I don't know how it'll work, but I think we'll see them in some form at 4 p.m.
Yeah, well, I hope so. I like them
too.
both, and I wish them well.
Yeah,
and I've enjoyed appearing with them routinely. I don't know what role I'll play with the new morning
so tomorrow
show, but that all has to sort
Dawn
itself
Lemon,
out.
Poppy Harlow, and Caitlin Collins.
Right.
And I've been very amused by their promo where they're talking about how long they've been at CNN.
Yeah.
And then they make mention of like, I started in 2008. Yeah, I started in 2006. And then Caitlin Collins is sitting there going, yeah, I was in 8th grade, which is pretty funny. She's so young.
But some personalities are better suited for different day parts and different types of shows. I mean, Megyn Kelly was a superstar at Fox.
Yep.
And then it didn't work out at NBC.
No, she's not a warm and fuzzy person.
That did not convert.
I just think the morning show, you have to, people want you very much in their, I mean, it sounds silly to say like in their bedrooms. I don't mean it like that. I mean like waking up with them. It's just a different thing.
I can see Don Lemon in the morning, but I think it's made more difficult by him being perceived as very political from his 10 p.m. show.
Interesting.
In other words,
can he reinvent himself?
As you well know, when we were doing Morning Drive in Philadelphia, Don was on, Channel 10, which was then the CBS affiliate. They had switched jerseys, so it's hard for me to keep. If he'd moved from that gig right into mornings, he would have had an easier path than going from 10 p.m. Don Lemon into mornings.
That's very interesting. Well, I think also the personalities that he's with, will hopefully balance it out. We'll see what happens with that. But I agree with you.
I was on to talk about, of course, we're now within a week from tomorrow wraps up the midterm, and over the weekend I analyzed a lot of data and I took a look at the different statistical matchups in these Senate contests, and the one data point that I most wanted to offer, and I did get it off my chest, is this figure: 79%. 79% of Americans think things are out of control.
Out of control.
And that's a CBS YouGov survey. Actually, there are two surveys I'll reference, but that's the most important one. So you say, okay, 79% say out of control, but what does that mean?
Right.
Because maybe they are largely Democrat leaning, and they say it's out of control because look at January 6th. Look at that attack on Paul Pelosi, fueled by, January 6th and 2020 and COVID conspiracy. Yes, things are out of control. But the GOP benefits by 20 points. In other words, when you say to the 79%, and which way do you lean, there's a 20% gap to the benefit of Republicans.
Wow.
What does it all say to me? It all says to me that a week out from the election, passion is on the side of the GOP. And here's something else, and this was a different survey. This was ABC and Ipsos, I think, when they asked what are the most important issues, and they asked this of likely voters, abortion comes in at number 3. at number 3. And one was the economy and the other was inflation, or maybe it was inflation and which I see
together.
Yeah. So again, people are fired up. And what is most got them fired up right now is the economy. And I think that bodes best for R's and not for D's.
Okay, this is all very interesting, and I'm very glad to hear this analysis, but that is not the most interesting thing that you said on New Day this morning. The most interesting thing that you said on New Day this morning was that you told John Berman that you were going to be in the house tonight when he asked for a prediction of tonight's game.
Yes, he did ask for my prediction, and I couldn't resist saying that I will be in the house because I am looking for, this will be my either third or fourth World Series experience with the Phillies.
Gives you goosebumps.
Well, in 1980, I was there with my brother and my father and my dad's friend George.
Oh, wow.
Wonderful guy. He's also gone. In 2008, I was in for everything.
Yeah.
Because we were all caught up in the World Series at the time.
And we were,
Charlie Manuel was a weekly guest. And then 09, when I guess the Yankees beat them, I don't have as specific
2008 was the one.
Memory. 08 was it.
That was amazing.
08 was it.
Yeah.
Good times.
Truly the best broadcast day of my life was that parade. That was amazing.
It was fun.
That was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
That was the most interesting thing that you
There's a
said
story
today.
posted at Smerconish.com today about the insane amounts that people are paying for these tickets.
Okay.
Insane.
Wait a minute. Did you do that?
No.
You didn't do that?
No.
How'd you get your tickets?
My brother-in-law.
What was it like, part of that, like as soon as they opened or something? I don't even know how it worked.
I don't know anything. All I know is I'm in it hand to God.
Yeah.
I'm in it face value.
Well, then
I
good.
would not. I don't begrudge anybody spending crazy sums.
Thousands of dollars.
Yeah, and look, 45,000 people fit in that stadium.
Yeah.
So, typically if it were the Tower Theater and it's 3,000 people, you'd get it. When there's 45,000 seats, the idea that people are paying thousands to sit upstairs is crazy to me. I would not do that.
Yeah.
It is not worth it to me to be there at that price.
What if it goes to game 5, 6? Then?
No,
still
because
not.
because I think the best seat is in
your
living
sofa.
room.
Yeah,
it
I
really
get it.
is.
Hey, I had a wonder. I watched both games this weekend.
I did too, and
Yep.
with a fire burning.
Yep.
And with a nice fire burning on both Friday night and Saturday night.
Yep.
No, I loved it.
Yeah. I totally agree. I totally agree.
Loved it.
Well, but you can report back tomorrow. I can't wait to see how it
Or
is.
not.
How it feels.
I will be a dish rag.
Great.
Sunday poll question. We took a bit of a risk on this, a little offbeat something on a
little.
Sunday, and then I want to talk about Elon Musk. If airlines made middle seats, this came from the audience.
Yes, it
This
did.
is the first time we just took one of your suggested poll questions. This is an audience-driven question. If airlines made middle seats wider than aisle or window seats, would more people book a middle seat? 60-40, 60.1 to 39.9, yes. And we had 14,923 cast their ballots.
That's scientific.
There you go. I want to read the Friday, Saturday, and today, Monday questions together because they're all related. Friday, should Twitter do away with permanent bans on users? Remember, on Friday we learned that Elon Musk had just acquired Twitter. He had closed the deal, $44 billion, perceived to have overpaid for the asset, and did so amid talk that he's going to reinstate Donald Trump. I didn't want to put Trump's name in the question, but yes, it was largely about Trump. Should Twitter do away with permanent bans on users? 82.6% said no. That's of 16,229 votes that were cast. Now it's Saturday. I'm on CNN. Scott Galloway from NYU is my guest. We're talking again about Musk, and now we're doing so with the knowledge that there had been this attack on Paul Pelosi. The poll question: is it possible for Musk to host a digital town square that doesn't become a hellscape? Because Musk had released a statement to advertisers saying he wanted to recreate the robust debate of a town hall. And then he also said he didn't want it to turn into a hellscape. So what I was seeking to do was to ask a question of whether he could balance both. 81.57% said no, can't do it. Of 28,983 who voted, today I'm asking, is there a causal connection between GOP rhetoric and the attack on Paul Pelosi? Why are these all related? These are all related because over the weekend, Musk retweeted a story from a shaky news outlet, meaning one that's the subject of a lot of criticism for lack of credibility, which was itself putting out an allegation about what really happened in the, well, I'll tell you, I like the Washington Post treatment because they lay it out. They lay it out. I wondered if people were going to write about it without saying what exactly is the rumor. The rumor is that, one or both of them were in their underwear, and that's not the case, according to the latest reporting we have. Let me rely on the Washington Post so I don't misstate anything. An online forum devoted to former White House advisor Stephen K. Bannon's right-wing radio show alerted its 78,000 subscribers to, quote, very strange new details on the Paul Pelosi attack. Roger Stone, a longtime political consigliere to former President Donald Trump, took to the fast-growing messaging app Telegram to call the assault on House Speaker Nancy Pelosi's husband an alleged attack, telling his followers that a stench surrounded mainstream reporting about the Friday break-in that left Pelosi, 82, with a skull fracture. The skepticism didn't stay in right-wing echo chambers, but seeped also into the feeds of popular online personalities, including Twitter's new owner, Elon Musk. So here's what Musk put out. There's a tiny possibility that there might be more to this story than meets the eye, he wrote Sunday morning, pointing his 112 million followers to a sensationalist account of the episode published by a site known for spreading right-wing misinformation. The rush to sow doubt about the assault on Pelosi's husband illustrates how aggressively influential figures on the right are seeking to dissuade the public from believing facts about the violence, seizing on the event to promote conspiracy theories and provoke distrust. And then it goes on to give other examples, Dinesh D'Souza included in them, of individuals who are fueling rumor, speculation, and innuendo about the Pelosi attack. Where does it all come from? In this case, back to the Washington Post, the basis for his skepticism, this is referring to Dinesh D'Souza, seemed to be a mistaken reporting by a Fox affiliate, which later appended a correction to its article that the assailant was in his underwear at the time of his arrest. In fact, the suspect, identified by law enforcement as David DePape, 42, demanded to know, "Where is Nancy?" a call echoing the exclamations of pro-Trump protesters who breached the Capitol on January 6, 2021, before bludgeoning her husband with a hammer. Authorities say that they're scrutinizing his writings, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Back to Musk, if I may. Musk, who calls himself the chief twit, also appeared unconvinced by the official story forming in the days after the attack. In response to a tweet from Hillary Clinton condemning the attack and claiming it resulted from a hate and deranged conspiracy theory spread by Republican politicians, he pointed to a story in the Santa Monica Observer claiming without evidence that Pelosi was drunk at the time of the assault and in a dispute with a male prostitute. So by Musk, I mean, I must say, I think it's terrible. And so soon to his having acquired to Twitter, it just presents him as being reckless, in his willingness to put this out. It pains me to say it because I'm so welcoming of his ownership of this platform. I went to find the story that he was relying on and that fueled all of this. So it's KTVU. It's a Fox affiliate in Oakland. The current headline on the story, alleged Pelosi intruder has manifesto of conspiracy theories, say sources. And it's a pretty straightforward news account of what we now know about the Pelosi attacker, except now at the bottom of it, it says correction. An earlier version of this story misstated what clothing the suspect was wearing when officers found him. Even though there's been a correction to the story, even though Musk has pulled down his tweet, even though the Washington Post is telling the whole story about how this is incorrect, it's still out there and gaining heft. And you know it's going to be like the underground pizza network,
parlor, yeah.
right? You're not going to convince some people otherwise.
Oh, no, for sure. For sure. I mean, the same people who think that they're, a huge sex trafficking pizza parlor, I think Hillary Clinton was involved with that one, will now be on this, and it will never, ever go away. Ever. It's crazy.
Yes.
Crazy.
We can't even agree on what truth is. By the way,
we can't even agree on what truth is.
By the way, let me just say this. If the facts had come out that way, I'd be talking about it.
Of course you would be.
I'd be talking about it because then it would not be what it seems to be on the surface.
Right.
And one last thing on this, TC, because
we would have to know if that was the case. If it was a domestic dispute between lovers, that's a completely different situation.
Totally different.
Yeah.
Totally. And what I see is this tug of war between the right and the left, where the right wants to say, this is all about...
Please let it be this. Right.
Well, no, putting aside that rumor, I see from the right people saying this is a deranged individual. This is all about mental health. And the left is saying, look at this. It's just like those things that were said on January 6th. The truth is both. Okay, the truth is both. But this microphone is a privilege. And when I use it, I need to know there are people out there, hinged and unhinged, hanging on every word.
Right.
So you've always got to be mindful of the person who, might act based on what gets said and what they hear. I mean, there are plenty of individuals out there who buy into the January 6th conspiracies that are not trying to attack Paul Pelosi. But you got to be mindful of the fact that there are some out there who would do that, right. and therefore, exercise caution with how you discuss public events and news.
I have a small piece of news about Twitter.
Tell me.
This is about your Twitter account. Remember I told you that I was going to keep an eye on your followers?
Oh, did I lose?
Yes.
Did I?
Yes.
What did I lose?
Not a significant amount, but I think a not insignificant amount.
Tell me.
So Friday morning at 6:31 a.m., when all this started, I took a note of how many followers you had. At that point, you had 244,000.9. 244.9.
Okay.
K.
Yeah.
As of this morning, you were at 243.6.
Whoa!
Okay, so some people are losing like halvesies, like they're just like cutting them in half. But I thought that was pretty significant, right?
Maybe in a good way, though.
Thousands.
Maybe, well,
the bots are gone.
But wait, maybe in a good way if they've cleansed the process and that's all I lost?
That's what I'm saying to you.
I'll take it.
I know. I thought so too, but I thought it was also interesting.
Yeah. Continue to track that, please.
I will track it. I will absolutely track it. One more headline that I've got to talk about is the candy corn headline, because it is indeed Halloween. Happy Halloween. By the way, looking very autumnal today.
Thank you.
I just had to mention that because you were on New Day.
I appreciate that you noticed.
I noticed the whole thing and the ascot situation.
My ensemble.
You do have quite the stylish look going on today.
And Teresa, you are in leather. I don't know if the audience can see you, but am I right?
It's rare. Yes.
Is like a witchy thing going on?
No, it's just that's interesting. I didn't even think of that.
That's what I thought.
I am wearing a black leather skirt today. That is true.
Whoa, Daddy.
Oh my gosh. Anyway, that is not my point. My point was about candy corn. People either love it or hate it. Where do you fall into that category of candy corn?
So where was I that I couldn't resist, that I saw like the bag there and I grabbed it, took it home. It's been sitting on the kitchen counter for a couple of days.
Today's the day.
And it's gone. So I'm not the only one who's been eating the candy corn.
That's hilarious.
Okay. No, I'm definitely. I don't want to.
I'm pro candy corn.
I'm definitely for candy corn.
No. But some people hate.
But if you're going to tell me what's in it, I don't want to hear.
I don't want to know either. No, you can look at Smerconish.com and see what's in it. I refuse to say it out loud, and I refuse to think about it.
I definitely enjoy it.
What's your favorite Halloween candy?
Well, I'm not going to say like Hershey's or Snickers or Mounds, because that's just candy.
Oh.
Like Halloween candy, I like candy corn.
Okay, yeah.
I also like sort of the companion to the candy corn, which are those harder orange ones with the green
You
lid.
do?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
The little pumpkins?
Is that what they are?
Did you say with the green lid? They're little pumpkins.
Well, I mean, what pumpkin has a green lid on it in real life?
It's like a little green stem.
Why is it green?
Why not?
Okay. I like it all.
Because they just picked it.
Have you not seen my belly? I like it all. And I'll tell you what I really like at this time of year.
Tell me.
Gotta be fresh, though.
Here we go.
Pumpkin pie. Fresh pumpkin pie.
What happens when it's not fresh?
It's just not as good. I mean, I know.
Like out of the oven.
I'm talking like Lancaster County, the Amish fresh pumpkin pie. Tremendous.
And a happy Halloween to you.
Yeah, well, are you trick-or-treating in that leather skirt?
It never occurs to me, but I guess I could. I just need to throw a witch hat on.
Nice. Ladies and gentlemen, please vote at Smerconish.com. The poll question today: is there a causal connection between GOP rhetoric and the attack on Paul Pelosi? Happy Halloween. Go Phils.